Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Mel Khalid alias Captain Soil. I live in Casablanca in Morocco. I am a volunteer with Isha Yoga Center in India to support the Save Soil movement. Because some scientists are saying that today desertification is growing in the world at an alarming speed. Every 5 seconds the surface area of a soccer pitch on agricultural land becomes sand. At this pace we only have 40 to 50 years left of agricultural soil. Then there will be a global food crisis. To mitigate this issue, Sadhguru launched the Save Soil movement and made policies that need to be signed and adopted by all countries of the world. These policies call for a minimum of 3 to 6% of organic matter in the soil to ensure people's good health. I do challenges to support this movement and raise people's awareness about this topic. I've started recently a new challenge which consists of running every day for 365 days. And today is the 35th day. So are you ready, guys? Let's save soil, let's make it happen. Desertification leads to 6 global issues that we're facing today. Food crisis, water scarcity, loss of biodiversity, climate change, loss of livelihood, and conflicts and migrations. Let's see them more closely, one by one. The first global issue is food crisis. It is estimated that in 20 years, 40% less food is expected to be produced for a population of 9.3 billion people, which means that there will be more people and less food. This is not a world you want to live in, as Sadhguru said. And right now, approximately 2 billion people suffer already from nutritional deficiencies, which leads to multitude of diseases. The second biggest issue is water scarcity. Depleted soils cannot absorb and regulate water flows, which leads to water scarcity, droughts and floods. Organic matter can hold up to 90% of its weight in water and release it slowly over time. This is a big help in drought-prone areas. The third biggest global issue is loss of biodiversity. During the last 30 years, 80% of the biomass insects living in the soil has gone. Scientists are saying that 27,000 species of life forms are going extinct every year. We're talking about billions of life forms. This is a genocide. They say that 1 spoon of topsoil contains more microorganisms than humans on the planet. And these biomass insects are responsible for the vitamins and nutrients present in fruits and vegetables in our food. So, depleted soil means depleted fruits and vegetables. Depleted fruits and vegetables means depleted people. And why? It is like there is a force that wants people to be depleted. And yes, there is. Because this has something to do with the first three global industries, which are the industry of weapons. The first one is weaponry. It's the armaments, the military. The second one is alcohol and cigarettes. The third one is the big pharma, the medicines. So when people's health is depleted, this makes the masses, us ourselves, we are the masses, we are a market for these big industries. This makes the market look good because most of these so-called world leaders, they don't care about people's health. They don't care about the masses. And most of them are parts of the hidden society who are trying to run the world, such as the Illuminati, the Freemason, and Yale. These folks only care about money making. They don't care about the children, the planets, the trees, the human health. They don't care about these things. They only care about how to make money. And we are a market. So when we are the market, when you have a shop, you need customers. These are the 3 big shops in the world, and we are the customers. And now, because they are the law, they are above the law, and they're the ones who make the law. They think themselves that they are above the law. So they have influenced the market. They have influenced immensely the customers, us, by programming our minds to be in a certain way so that we can fit into the market and we can keep feeding the market. Now, these 3 big industries, and the 4th one is about the use of the internet. The most watched thing on the internet right now is porn websites. These 4 things show the state of humanity right now. I think that we have hit the bottom, and we need to be aware. It's time to be aware and to take back control of the steering wheel of our lives and stop letting these hidden societies to take control of our lives. They can take control of our lives. They can control us only when we are unaware, when we are unconscious. So it is time to ban, to boycott the bad habits. We're not against anybody. Everyone, if they want to experience something, they can experience it. But you must do it consciously, not unconsciously, not being under the influence of something, not living according to somebody else's agendas. You must live according to your agendas. If you are choosing war, by consciously go to war. If you want to drink alcohol and cigarettes, drink them, do them. If you want to be mentally and physically ill, all the best. But you must not be under the influence of somebody else. You must choose these things consciously for yourself. If you want to work in the modern slavery, to be a slave, all the best. But you must not do these things and be under the pressure and be pushed and be like everybody else under the hypnosis of a paradigm which is not yours. Because the paradigm, the subconscious mind, never sleeps, never stops. It works 24/7, and most people are under hypnosis of it. They're not even aware of what I'm saying. So you must be aware of how we are, how we act, how we go into the world. You must know that this is a negative matrix. It's a negative matrix. It's not a positive one. Positivity comes from God. Negativity comes from the devil. The devil is being here, which means that all you see on this world, in this world, is reversed, because it's the work of the devil. The ones you see at the top are actually the bottom of humanity, most of them. and those who are in the bottom are actually the top of humanity. And we need to be more human, because right now we're not in 20 years in the future where there is food shortages. Today there is enough food to feed the whole world, and yet millions of people continue to die by starvation. Right now, today, it is not because we don't have the food. We have the food. We have the communication tools. We have the transportation tools. We know the location where the starving people are. But what's missing? It's the human heart. It's the empathy in the so-called leaders, the decision takers, and most humanity. It's not only the decision takers, the leaders. It's our responsibility, because those folks are there to represent us, and if they are wicked, it means that we are wicked, because we have allowed these things to happen, and we need to stop allowing these things to happen. If we need because we need a radical change. The fourth global issue is climate change. Carbon dioxide stored in soil is 3 times that in the living plants and 2 times that in the atmosphere. If soil is not revitalized, it could release 850 billion tons of carbon dioxide in the air, making the climate change problem worse. So soil is very crucial for carbon sequestration. كابتن سويل.
اسمي شنو الأجانب؟
عليكم السلام. اسمي كابتن سويل اخوي.
كابتن؟
كابتن سويل.
كابتن سويل. الله ما يستر.
امين اخوي، الله يحفظك. I said that carbon dioxide. Sorry. I said that soil is very crucial for carbon sequestration. This guy just asked me the name of the channel. So, the fifth global issue is the loss of livelihood. Globally, 74% of the poor are directly affected by desertification, and thousands of farmers are committing suicide in the world because of desertification. And most of the farmers' children are not wanting to continue the farming work that they have inherited from their grandparents. All of them want to quit this because they don't see any future in it, and safe soil policies will give them back credits, and there will be incentives encouraging the farmers. As Sadhguru said, a farmer must earn as much as a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer, because right now farmers are feeding people, they're feeding the world, but they're not rewarded. Farmers actually are doing the greatest job of ourselves, among ourselves, among us. And it is estimated that desertification is costing the world up to $10.6 trillion every year. If we apply the safe soil policies, we will not reach such a huge number, even if we apply them in all the countries of the world. This is not about the money. As I said, this is about implementing something negative on humanity. This is the devil's work. It's about making humanity suffer. If you ask me to describe to you hell, I would say in hell we have 6 global issues. We have issues, only issues. We have food crisis. We have water scarcity. We have loss of biodiversity. We have climate change. We have loss of livelihood. We have conflicts and migrations. So, this is where we're going. This is where the devil and his children are pushing the humanity. We are pushed like sheep to the slaughterhouse. If we are not aware, we will be led to these catastrophes because they will become worse over time. The numbers will only grow. They will not go down. The 6th global issue is conflicts and migration. Land issues have played a significant role in over 90% of major wars and conflicts in Africa since 1990. Population growth combined with food and water scarcity could lead over 1 billion people to migrate to other regions and countries by 2050. Scientists are saying these things, and from the French Revolution to the Arab Spring, high food prices have been cited as a factor behind mass protest movements. So it's just the history repeating itself, and Africa is already in the future because Africa has the most depleted soils in the planet, the biggest deserts. Now, you must know this thing. When you see the desert, what is the desert? The desert is a previous fertile soil. The desert one time was a fertile soil, and when the biomass insects are going extinct, the soil becomes desert. And now we can reverse this situation, and this is the case of some countries who have become aware of this, of the dangers of the desertification, and now they're reversing the situation. They're making the deserts becoming fertile soil by adding more organic matter in the desert, such as Egypt and Emirates Arab. I don't think Egypt have signed the safe soil policy, but the countries of the Middle East have signed it. Emirates Arab United and Arabia Saudi and Bahrain and Oman and Palestine and Israel, all these countries, they have signed the safe soil policies. Because Sadhguru, when he launched the safe soil movement on March 21st, 2022, he went from London to India and crossed these countries. He did a journey of 30,000 kilometers on a motorcycle. He suffered a lot during his journey, and 74 countries have signed the safe soil policies. And now I think the number has reached 84 countries in the world. But still, some other countries are still sleeping on this. Many more countries are actually sleeping on safe soil movement, such as Morocco. And I'm wondering why the Moroccan media never mentioned safe soil movement. This is not something about destroying people's lives, it's about saving people's lives. And it's not a minority of some crazy people, even though we can see sometimes a festival of crazy people, a minority, they show them to us in the television. Safe soil movement has 4 billion volunteers worldwide. And we need to bring these policies to Morocco so that the Moroccan farmers can get back their rights, and we can ensure a better future for Moroccan citizens. Because if we don't do this, we're heading towards the 6 global issues that I mentioned, and the most dangerous one of them is food crisis and water scarcity. These two will lead to the other negative consequences. As Bob Marley said in one of his songs, we don't need more trouble, what we need is love. So we need to be more loving towards the soil, because people in the cities, they call soil dirt. Soil is not dirt. Soil is our mother. Actually, there have been studies showing that the people living in the jungle are more conscious and aware and intelligent than people living in the cities. And we, the people living in the cities, we think of the contrary. This is why I said to you that this world is reversed. Everything is reversed. The top are already the top people. Those who think that they are the top, they are actually the bottom, and the bottom are the top. So don't allow the matrix to push you towards something that you don't want, that you don't need in your life. We don't need these global issues to become worse. They're already showing their colors, and it doesn't look good. There is no fun in having food crisis or water scarcity or loss of biodiversity or climate change or loss of livelihood or conflicts and migrations. These are just problems that we can solve by saving the soil. And as they say, obedience is better than sacrifice. If we are aware of these things, we can solve the problem. What we are supposed to do as citizens, as responsible citizens. First, we need to become earth bodies by going to the website www.consciousplanet.org and signing up. It's free. All you need to do is sign up with your email address. That's all that is required, an email address. And you register, you become an earth body just like me and 4 billion other people. After you do this, now you can use your social media to post, to say something about safe soil. You can join WhatsApp groups, and you can, this is the most important thing, you can write a letter to the political leaders in your country. In the website, there is everything there. The letter is there. All you have to do is to change your name, the name, and the country. That's all. Volunteers have worked these things. We have prepared everything so that it can be something very easy. It can be done in less than 5 minutes. And when you share in your social media these things about safe soil, you allow other people to be aware of the dangers of desertification. because desertification is growing, and with desertification growing, the agricultural soils are depleting, are dying, which means that the planet is dying, and the loss of biodiversity means the loss of humanity, because humans are not separate from the planet. We think that we are separate, but actually what happens to the earth happens to us, because we are the earth. Most people don't realize that we are soil until they bury them. When they bury them, they realize that they're truly soil. So let's have this consciousness that we are soil while we are still alive. As Jim Rohn said, the American coach of personal development, he said that there is two kinds of pain: the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. If you wait until they bury you, then you realize that you are the soil. You will be very regretful and you can't do anything about it. But if you are aware of it now, if you bear the pain of discipline right now, later it can be very rewarding. It can be rewarding for you and for all humanity. This is why we need you to be part of the Save Soil movement. This is about the future generations. Studies are saying that today we are eating the food of the unborn child. This is a crime against humanity. So the future generations, they're already doomed. The planet doesn't belong to anyone. It's not ours. We need to hand it away to the future generations better and not worse. And we might be the last generation of humanity who has the chance to turn things around, to do the right thing. So let's be a responsible generation. Let's be a generation restoration. Let's say that this stops with us. This soil depletion, this unconscious way of living, let it stop with us. Let us now be the conscious people. Let's create the conscious movement, the conscious planet movement. Because we can be saved only by being conscious. If you're not conscious, if you're unconscious, you will remain under the control of the matrix. And to be conscious, because the body, the mind, the brain, the human brain is using the program, the robot, the paradigm to spare energy. This is why we have the robot. It's a robot system, an automated system. Now we have in the robot, we have a negative mindset. We have a negative robot. The negative robot only thinks about negativity. We have the scarcity mindset. We believe that there isn't enough. And the Freemason, the hidden society Freemason, which is controlling the movie industry, they're making this even worse. Like the movie Avengers, Thanos wanted to kill the half of the population just by clicking his fingers. This is a pre-programming, because they program us with movies to show us, to make us believe that there isn't enough for everybody, that the solution for our problems is not to be conscious, but to kill. people. This is not true. This is a very big lie. This is a demonic strategy. This is a way to kill people. Because the enemy, this is what they do. They're constantly thinking on how to make people suffer, how to take people's lives, and not how to enrich and enhance people's lives. You cannot see God or the devil. These beings are of the spiritual realm, but you can see their people, their representatives. You can see the people of God, even if they are rare, and you can see the people of the devil. As they say in the Bible, you will know them by their fruits, which means that you will know them by their actions. You will know which one is who is working with which team. Is it the team of the negative part of the devil, or the team of the positive part, which is the team of God? God wants to give you a life of prosperity, abundance, joy, happiness, peace, freedom, all positive things, and a future, a brighter future. The devil wants to do the contrary. He wants to give you a life of fear, anxiety, depression, sickness, hatred, jealousy, negative emotions, and to take away your future so that you don't have a future. You live in hopelessness. You must be aware, and you must choose your team, on which team you want to play. I will give you an advice. Choose to be with the higher vibrations. Choose to be with God. Put God first, and other things shall be added to you. The other things of the world, you can lose everything in the world. It doesn't matter. But the most important thing that you make sure you never lose is God. Because as they say, you and God are the majority. If you are with God, you are safe. You have nothing to worry about. Everything is insured for you, because He goes before you, and then He goes with you. You have a double insurance. Now, stop feeding the matrix. Stop letting fear guide you. Let's go and let God, as Bob Proctor said. He has a book called You Were Born Rich. Yes, you are. Every child is born rich. Mahatma Gandhi said, the best teachers are the children. The normal state of a human being is to be happy like children. And now we have become programmed to be miserable. And we think that being miserable is normal. It's not normal. And to return about what I said about population, Mahatma Gandhi said, in this world, we have enough for every man's need, but we haven't enough for every man's greed. Now the problem is the greed. We have some greedy people in the position of leaderships, and these greedy people are making it worse for us, are making us living in the scarcity, because you must know that 99% of the global wealth is controlled by 1% of the humanity. 1% of a greedy humanity. I don't know if they are humans or not, because to be human means to have a heart. Our eyes are just a window to our souls. You are not the body. You are not the mind. These are tools. It's like a computer or a car. It's a tool, it's not you. You are a soul. You are non-physical, you are spiritual. And you have these tools. Yes, they are magnificent. Actually, the body and the mind are the most sophisticated machines on this planet, especially the human mind. The human mind is the most powerful weapon on this planet. This is why they have started the programming on us since our childhood, because most people ignore who they are. We don't know the kind of power we have. God has already given us power, the power of creation. We can create. We were sent here not to be slaves, but to be co-creators with God. We were sent here not to live according to somebody else's agenda. We were sent here to live according to our agendas, to our will, our visions, our dreams, our goals, not somebody else's. You need to be aware of these things. And now, because people don't know their worth, they don't know their power. Now, our imagination has been hijacked by the matrix, by the negative forces of the matrix. And instead of creating something positive, something of our own, we are creating the negativity of the matrix and making the matrix and keeping the matrix alive, the negative matrix. Because most people, they have dreams, visions, and they think that they're own. They're not own. They're own. They're somebody else's. Instilled in their minds. Because it's like a virus entering a cell, and the cell was supposed to create a protein, for example, and instead of creating the protein, the cell starts with creating the virus. The cell has been hijacked by the virus. Now our imagination has been hijacked by the matrix, by the negative forces of the matrix, and instead of creating a life of our dreams, a life of freedom, a life of joy, of peace, now we are creating the opposite. We are creating the bad experiences in life. I want you to take control back of your life, to take control of the steering wheel of your life, and not allow anybody to rule you, to lead you. You are supposed to be the leader of your life. You are supposed to be the leader. You are supposed to be the top, the head, and not the tail. If there is someone that you need to follow, it's Jesus Christ and God. That's all. And live free. Stay away from the sins and the wrong things. Put God first and everything will be alright. Because God is the provider. Everything comes from God. Even if it doesn't seem like so. Even if it doesn't seem so. Everything comes from God. If something is too much dangerous for you, it won't happen. If it happened for a reason. And it was allowed by God. So don't give up. Don't give up on your dream. Don't give up to hopelessness. Stay hopeful. Chase your dreams, not people. Actually, people are the most dangerous factor to your success, to your life. I was unaware of this. I thought that people was people. No, just people. What they can do? Nothing. They're far away from me. No. People can make you live in heaven, or they can make you live in hell. You must choose wisely. You must protect your energy. Because to break free from this matrix, you need tons of energy. It's like actually building your own business, creating your own matrix, living in your own dimension, in your own world. You need to go against the world. It's like in the sea. You want to swim against the current. Most people, when they go to the sea, they swim with the current. Because these are the average people, the weak people. If you want to break free, you need to go against the current. And to go against the current, you need big muscles. You need to have muscles that others don't have. As Les Brown said, in order for you to have something that others don't have, you must be willing to do things that others are not willing to do. Sacrifices. You need to be crazy, obsessed with your goals, with your dreams, and to follow them. You need to give yourself what the matrix student gave to you, which is love and encouragement. Nobody will believe in you. Now you are watching the motivation videos so that you can start. The motivation is just a start to make you start something. A YouTube channel, a Facebook page, a TikTok account, an Instagram account, a something. But know this, long-term consistency will always beat short-term intensity. Motivation will give you intensity, but it will not give you success. Success comes with discipline. You need to do the things that you have started to do in the days when you don't have the motivation, when you don't feel like it. You need to be willing to continue. As they say, can you walk the distance? Because success is a possibility. It's far away. And right now you are in the reality here. And between possibility and reality, there is a distance to walk. Do you have the courage? Do you have the strength to walk the distance? It won't be easy. People won't believe in you. Nobody will believe in you. You need to give yourself everything that is missing, starting by the doing the Louise's Hay exercise. In her seminar, she distributed mirrors to her participants and said to them, whenever you look at yourself in the mirror, say to yourself, I love you. Make it a habit. This will change the first big industry in the world, which is the weaponry industry. Top scientific researchers goes directly to the weapon, to the military. We are still continuing to seek how to kill people. This has to change. This shows that we are still living like in 40s. We've had enough of wars during the First and the Second World Wars. We don't need a third world war. What we need is peace and love. Top scientists, top scientific researchers must not go to the military, as it is the case right now. They must go to education, to healthcare, to see how to improve people's lives and not how to destroy them. The history is there for us to learn, to be wise, to learn from the mistakes, to learn the lessons, so that we don't repeat them. Anyway, guys, I thank you for your attention, for your time. Thank you for the follow. This is Captain Soy speaking. I love you so much, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow. Save soil, let's make it happen. Salute.